I think it's going to be Chloe. Third place is going to be Trevor, for sure. Oh! You're kidding me! What's going on, you guys? James here with another real review, and what you just saw was my reaction to the winner of The Circle Season 2, but hey, I can't tell you who that was yet because I need to preface this review with a spoiler warning, guys. From this point on, we are talking all spoilers for The Circle Season 2, and man, was it quite the journey. I will tell you, I wasn't the biggest fan of our initial group of players in Season 2 compared to Season 1, but over time, I grew to actually love this group. If you missed my initial thoughts on episodes 1 through 4, you can find it right at the top of the screen. And before we get into my review of the finale and recapping the entire season, if it is your first time here at the channel, guys, welcome to Real James, where I talk about movies and TV like this all the time, so you're not going to want to miss out. Go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, and tap on that bell so you'll be the first one in the comments, and smash that thumbs up button if you're a fan of The Circle like I am. And guys, get loud down below, sound off. What did you think of the winner of this season's Circle? Are you happy with it? Because I'm not going to lie, I was pleasantly surprised. So again, guys, spoilers from this point on, so let's get into it, and we gotta start with the winner of The Circle, Delisa, aka Trevor, or Trevor, aka Delisa. I did not see that coming, you guys. I thought Chloe was gonna go into this final week and come out the winner because she seemed to be getting on everyone's good side. There was never a bad or severed relationship with her outside of her relationship with Alicia in the beginning of the show. So what I will say is this is a total surprise for me, but it's such a heartfelt story. I loved when she was sharing that moment with her husband and their child, and I thought it was so cute, so emotional, and it got me close to tears. I won't lie to you. You know what? Delisa, she's a good crier, and I was about to, get some waterworks going myself. And honestly, I loved all 5 of our final contestants here. You had John, who was played by Jack and Lisa, Chloe, River, Courtney, and Trevor. I'll be honest with you, I was not the biggest fan of them bringing back Jack and Lisa to play John because I thought it felt a little cheapy because everyone else got eliminated. They didn't get brought back, and I had a feeling that both of them were going to catfish and make it to the final round, which they did, and it was okay for me, but it always seemed like the writing was on the wall for them. They placed last, so John was in the final spot, so 5th place, but in 4th place was River, aka Lee. Now that surprised me. I thought River would at least finish top 3, but that 3rd place spot belongs to Courtney, and then Chloe in 2nd, and Trevor and Delisa, of course, the winner. So what I will say is that Courtney was my favorite throughout this entire season. I loved his energy, I was a fan of his honesty, and he didn't cut any corners, but he knew how to play the game, and his alliance with River ultimately ended up being his downfall in the end because he had a strong relationship with River, aka Lee, but he didn't have a very strong relationship with anyone else. Even Chloe was on the fence and thought, if Courtney is the Joker, maybe he needs to be put down in the rankings, and I think that was Courtney's downfall. But let's backtrack here, guys, because the reason Trevor winning is such a surprise to me is because Mitchell was blocked in episode 12, and Mitchell and Trevor and Chloe were trying to form this trifecta to take down the alliance that was Courtney and River. So I thought Mitchell being blocked was Trevor's pathway to finishing in the bottom half for the final rankings, and that did not seem to be the case. If anything, that might have actually helped Trevor because Chloe started to feel some type of way. She was getting a lot of feelings for Trevor, and I'm sure was a little blindsided when Delisa walked through the door during their final circle chat. But I genuinely thought Mitchell getting blocked would mean Trevor is the next one to be ranked at the bottom. And I actually like that this season of The Circle introduced a couple of new aspects to the game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but I don't remember there being a super secret influencer. When River was crowned that title and then eliminated Mitchell, it added a lot of intrigue towards the end, and it really did break up some alliances. And then I also loved Courtney being in the inner circle and being crowned the Joker and being able to mask himself as someone else and make Chloe feel some type of way about Emily. So it was really neat to see the different ways they work with this season of The Circle, and I'm really glad that the players ended up growing on me because I was a little worried at the beginning. And speaking of the beginning, guys, they did bring back our blocked players before the finale, and let me tell you, all eyes were on Alicia and Savannah, and they didn't disappoint if you're looking for the drama. Savannah started off a little bit more cordial, right? She was thinking to herself, let me go ahead and try to mend this bridge, even though she told Alicia in a nice way that everything Alicia said didn't come across in the nicest way, and Alicia went ahead and attacked Savannah as well and did not let her guard down. So both of them have this personality that just clashes, and none of them were going to get along anyway, which of course led to them being blocked from the game. But Terralish and Savannah, you can tell, still do not like each other. And if I had to choose one of the blocked players that I wish I could have seen in the finale, I actually would have chosen either Kat or Mitchell. And the reason I say both of them is because Mitchell brought a different type of energy. He was playing himself, and I liked his honesty. However, I don't think that his endgame was strong enough. And then when you look at Kat, she came in so ready to make friends, right? With Mitchell, with Courtney. However, she was very headstrong, and she went against Chloe, and that definitely rubbed River, aka Lee, and Courtney the wrong way. So man, it would have been cool to see either of those two in the finale. I don't think Bryant was primed for the circle. Yes, he's nice, but he's nice with everyone. That's not how you win the circle. So I told you about some of my favorite characters this season: Courtney, Chloe, and yes, even Delisa. But there is one character that still never grew on me, and that's Jack. Listen, I don't think Jack is a bad person. I mean, I don't know him, but I could not get over the fact that he played this game as Emily the entirely wrong way. Like, if you're gonna catfish as a woman, you gotta at least have some knowledge about women and their lifestyle. He did not even know how to apply makeup, but then he let his ego get in the way too, and he was getting so hype, he was hyping himself up, and I didn't really care for too much of his humor. But when he paired up with Lisa, guys, I won't lie to you, I think Lisa grounded him in a way to making him more tolerable during the final couple of weeks. So I appreciated that about Lisa and what she did with Jack. Now, outside of just the players we had this season, as a whole, this season of The Circle for me had a lot of ups. But guys, it also had a lot of downs. We started this journey back on April 14th with episodes 1 through 4, and I actually like this weekly format that they had, but I almost wish that they would have broken it up, because it is hard to watch 4 hours of television in 1 week. And maybe that's just me speaking as a critic, but I was hoping that I could break it up and not just binge watch it all the way through, and hoping that they would just move on to the next vlogging. But there were some moments in between these episodes that never really worked for me, and a lot of the games were to blame. I thought that the Glamakin challenge was okay. It definitely was a lower point for me in this season. It just wasn't as fun as I think it wanted to be. And then there were a lot of different moments in this season where things just sort of dragged out. I think all the conversations were great, but the games this season were a letdown for me. And I had this conversation with a friend the other day, but man, The Circle Season 2 is more about the drama than it is about the people. And what I mean is, in Season 1, we got a chance to understand the relationships, right? There was Joey with his love interest, and then there was so many other friendships that were being made, and then of course torn apart due to rankings and anonymous chats and whatnot. But I liked in Season 2 that they did focus on the drama, and that just might be the cast of players that they were able to bring onto the show. There was so much controversy, there was a lot of tension around every corner. So what I will say is, as each week came to a close, I was hooked and ready for the next group of episodes. And that's the one thing I think The Circle has going for it, where if you feel like it's hitting a very, I guess, low moment, or maybe you're getting through a lull, eventually you're going to get hooked, because there's going to be something that just gets you right back in your seat for the next week. Now, the one thing I hope they do with the Lisa and her family is that they follow up. Maybe they show us on social media or something, hey, here's what they're doing with the money, or just seeing their new home or something like that. It would be nice to see an after The Circle. Well, you know what? That might be a decent show. I gotta pitch that to Netflix. So again, guys, let's run through it. Our 5 finalists were John, aka Jack and Lisa. You had Chloe, River, aka Lee, Courtney, and Trevor, aka Delisa, who ended up winning The Circle. It was, again, such a fun season of television. This is reality TV show for fans of reality shows that don't take themselves too seriously, to be honest with you. This is what The Circle is, guys. This is just fun every week. It's just so cool to be engaged, and being someone who works in this digital era, in this digital space, this spoke to me as a viewer. So The Circle Season 2 was definitely very fun, and if you are a fan of something like this, guys, you definitely have to check it out. And if you actually haven't checked it out and you're watching this review by now, you know what happens. Well, that was a mistake. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming through, recapping Season 2 with me, and just talking about the winner. I was, again, very happy with Trevor, aka Delisa winning the game. She deserved it. She played an amazing game. She was able to get through without severing any ties or relationships. She actually stayed away from drama for the most part, guys, and that's super surprising. So let me know down below what you guys thought of the winner. Did your favorite player win, or were you a little disappointed with the outcome of The Circle Season 2? And if you haven't already, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, help us get to 5,000 subscribers, and tap on that bell, guys, so you'll be the first in the comments for any of my reviews coming for the rest of this week and throughout 2021. Next week I'm seeing this movie called Spiral. Yeah, might get a little bloody. Alrighty, y'all. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.